Right, I'm doing a weird video. This is the Amiga that I put the Gotek in about a year and a half ago nearly. Check it out, there's nothing wrong with it. I just fancied doing a bit of Amiga action with a real floppy drive, so I'm copying the workbench. This may do a weird thing with this because of the CRT. Continue, I'm copying the disk. This is a drive. I've got another drive which came with it, and this has been in a box since 2000. So this is 17 years. This drive has sat doing absolutely nothing. I didn't think it worked. I've got a drive problem here. Hang on a minute. Typical. I've got a problem with this. Can we format this? I've got to do disk swapping. There's something wrong with this. Typical. I want to format this bloody... It has a problem with this disk, I don't know what it is. Why won't you format it? Doesn't like this disk for some reason. Let's format disk, replace workbench. The buttons fell off, it doesn't fit at the minute on this drive, which is annoying. It's not giving me this though. It says it's PC, is it what? I don't know what it's doing. I don't know why that's doing that, but yeah, the fun of discs, the fun of disc formats. But yes, the other one that was in it was this one. Nothing wrong with it, it's a bit tired sounding, that's the thing, but this one has a light on the front, I don't know why. Could be an Escom era floppy, I don't know. But I'm just experimenting with it, I'm just playing around with it because I wanted to see about floppy disks and doing weird things with it, so yeah. It seems to not like this disc, I don't know why. It could be faulty, I don't know. But that's the Amiga with a real disk drive on it. Let's prove it does actually work. I'm not much on the 3. I'm using 3.0 because it has PC. It can read PC disks, so I can copy some utilities over from the internet and put them onto the Amiga, and then copy them back to Amiga formatted disks. So that does actually seem to work. I could try it, and you know what I could do. Trying that with 2.0 because I've got my little disc box, so I've got a lot of discs here. I'll try this way. It doesn't seem to like any of these discs, I don't know why. But yeah, that's my Amiga 500 Plus with a real floppy drive on it. Right, I'm going to try a different floppy disk. This is a copy that I made about a day ago. 3.0, which does actually run on it for the purposes of PC compatibility. I don't know why that's got a light on it now, that's kind of odd. There it is. working fine. Maybe it just doesn't like that other disc then. This one. Possibly. Seems to be working though. That thing where it says PC, if you have to mount it. If you copy the from the storage disk to the devs in here, it should have it on here actually. Go to devs, and then you basically, before you put this disk in, you go to storage on the storage disk, and if you get the PCs there, you drop it in there. This is the S3.0, and what it does is when you reload, it mounts the drive as a PC drive, and what you can do is you can get a PC 720K, put Amiga applications on it, and it will read it, and you drag and drop them to the desktop, and then put the Amiga format disk back in and drag them in, and then it allows you to copy them over. And it's a bit annoying, but it does actually do it, and I've actually managed to copy a game, but can't remember what disc it's on, that's the thing. But it seems to be working, but I can't get a full game on there because stuff like this going on. God's Vector Battleground. I did a bunch of copying stuff ages ago, and it all seems to work quite well. So, not got a huge amount of games, but I've got some. There's one there that works quite well. But Shock Rock. I've got a downgrader that works as well. The old downgrader. I remember buying that in 1995, and it still works. It's amazing. But Direct Opus, of course. That seems to like copying. It seems to allow me to format and disks that Windows, not Windows, Workbench. That Workbench doesn't like, so that one works quite well. And that's, I did have Spirit Legacy, Zelda type clone, but it's not got that anymore. It's got an Amiga Power cover disc on here now, although it says Amiga Action. It's very old, that is, as individual files. So, but some discs don't work, and I've tried a few HD. Funny thing is, I got years ago called Amiga Basic, and it's just a book on how to do basic programming. Oops. Right, it's pretty straightforward. It's just, you know, basic programming, right? And what it came with, I've still got the disc, but I blanked it, I think. I don't think I've got what's on it anymore. This came with this book when I bought it about 20 years ago. But it's an HD. It's an HD disc. It doesn't have anything on it anymore. I don't know why. I must have erased it or something by accident before 2000, because before I had this machine, I hadn't had a real Amiga since 2000. But this bloody thing had a number of utilities on it. I don't think there's anything on it now. I don't think there is. Why would they put an HD disc on an Amiga that's not a big box Amiga? There's nothing on it as far as I know, but it doesn't do anything. I don't know why. But it is a high density disc, which is amazing because most Amigas can't read, or they can read them but they don't write to them very well or something. And I've tried it because I bought these and off eBay, and they don't really, they kind of work but they don't work, so yeah, it's working. I've got about 20 box games, and half of them are ECS and the other half are AJ, and I can't run AJ because that's 32-bit and I don't have a 32-bit Amiga. I will be putting it back together. I'm not going to keep fiddling with it. I'd like to use it for as long as I can, because if I want to play games I've got emulation, to be honest. I just really wanted a physical Amiga with a nice floppy drive on it that does that. Yeah, and I've been doing the PC. I've got Windows 2000, and I've been copying them, sticking them on here on USB, putting them onto there, and then putting them onto here. It's a weird thing having this running with Windows and then having this running, but yeah, it's a lot of fun. Tearing your hair out, getting very irate, and just for fun, let's load up the. I'll just reset it. Okay. Let's try the 20-year-old plus 20-year-old downgrader. So that's what you get. That's the 2.04 with the rainbow workbench logo and the disc going into the drive there. Let's try the downgrader. The naked Amiga with no clothes on. Makes a bit of noise, this disc does. It is a bit noisy. I should copy this one actually. Get the Joshing up. There you go, that's the downgrader. It's blanking it a bit, that's weird. Just a very quick update. I put the original drive back in there because I couldn't get the button on the front of this drive to fit the case, and I'm not cutting the case up. It does work. I didn't think it did, but it does. But I did notice one thing. Take the button off. There's a little thing there, and that looks like one of those HD sensing buttons. I think this is a modded PC drive. And I bought this from an Amiga place because I bought a 1200 motherboard, and I had to buy a floppy drive separate, and I got this, and it worked with it. And I reckon this is one of those. I could be wrong. It looks like there's a light there as well, which you don't get that on internal Amigas. This could be a modified PC drive from the Escom era, or probably an Escom Amiga 1200. I'm not sure, but it's the Panasonic, but it's got just a few things about it that seem like it's a PC drive with the HD thing there and then the little light, but it does work, but I can't get the button to fit because it's a different, again, another thing that makes me think it's a PC. That bit there, I try and put the other button on it, it doesn't fit properly, so but no, it's fine. Okay. There it is. We'll just show that. There's the Amiga there. Can't quite see it now. There it is. The screen will blank this out a little bit because of the CRT. Yeah, it seems to be working. We have the save program and the volume up. It seems to be doing it though, so yeah, I had a bit of a problem. I couldn't get it quite aligned and it wasn't ejecting right, but it seems to be. Hello. So that's working okay. Great.